and Sanjay is there reporting live as all of these unfold. But once again, bringing in my two guests, Iranian activist Elahi Jamali is with me, also Niak Ghorbani. Elahi, Donald Trump himself, we are told as per reports, is monitoring the situation as it is unfolding. Iran is not holding back. They're repeatedly trying to strike at Israel and also at the US bases in that vicinity. How do you think, I mean, beyond the 12 days that Iran managed to hold on, today is, of course, day one, the first few hours, but do you see this stretch on for almost 2 weeks like we saw the last time?
I'm hoping it's going to be shorter than that, but from the look of things and the retaliation that the Islamic Republic is pushing forward, or at least displaying at the moment, it looks like it could be a little longer than that. However, I am hopeful that the surgical operations that are taking place at the expertise of the IDF and the US military, as the minutes are passing, we are hearing more and more of the lists getting longer of those who are eliminated. So as the regime is kicking off its final display of power, it is crumbling indeed. And it is quite historic and symbolic that the two countries that for 47 years this regime pushed and pushed and pushed to humiliate by putting their flags on the ground where Iranian people refuse to walk over. And the continuous, repeated, empty, bogus chants of death to America and death to Israel at the will of this regime, it is now showing them where the Iranian people's will is.
Right.
All of their propaganda has brought them to President Trump, keep your promise. That promise is now being kept.
Okay, let Elahi just give me a moment. Give me a moment.
You
know, all of you are expecting Donald Trump to keep his promise. The man himself, the President of the United States of America, what is it that he is telling the people of Iran and his allies as well as his own countrymen? Let's listen in.
Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their Navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world.
So let's just break down for you what has happened over the last few hours. The key Iranian locations that have been struck. Let me just bring that up, map up for you. Tehran, multiple locations have been hit there. Natanz, the critical nuclear site, that has also seen Israeli missiles getting off at Natanz. Isfahan, this is the host nuke research center. So Isfahan, Tehran and Natanz, three of the most critical places as far as Iran's nuclear program and its center of governance is concerned. They have been targeted. Also, explosions were heard at the military bases in Tabriz as well as the host facilities to store missiles in Kermanshah. So 5 of the top areas where Iran's nuclear program as well as its military bases are located, looks like Israel has gone ahead and targeted them. Tehran, Natanz, Isfahan as far as the critical nuclear site as well as the nuclear research center is concerned, and on the other side Tabriz and Kermanshah as well. So this is what Israel's plan of action seems to be. Israel has tried to completely negate Iran's ability to strike back, and in these strikes Israel's own assessment is that 3 of their top commanders have been eliminated, including the defense minister, the man in charge of their nuclear program, and also one senior official from the Iran's Revolutionary Guard. And what is it that the retaliation have been like? The US bases in Middle East, those have been struck as well. So those US military bases have been struck by Iran as in terms of retaliation. Of course, they've tried to attack Israel. Also explosions heard in Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE and Oman. We've been showing you visuals from Abu Dhabi and Dubai as well and there's an advisory from the Interior Ministry in Abu Dhabi too. So all of these areas which are bases of United States. So Iran's retaliation not limited to Israel alone. It is also going ahead and targeting the United States bases in Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE and Oman. So the entire Middle East has also been pulled into this escalating conflict between Iran and Israel, supported by the United States of America.